It's me, Josh Hunter. I'm presently in the city of Santa Monica, California, and today I'd like to discuss water conservation. And I'm not just referring to the way we use water here on Earth. And I'd like to start the process of beginning I would like to begin the process of guarding the water of planet Earth. I don't know if there's any system in place or if anyone has begun the system of guarding it, and I don't know who is responsible for that. I think before you start, guarding the water, you need to have some type of agreement. I don't know if there is agreement. I mean, I think you need a global military, but I'm not quite sure what that is too, or if that's even a safe idea. So, what I mean is, by the protection of the water, I mean water, that nothing that is outside of the earth can come and steal the water that is on the earth. And if there happens to be water in the earth as well, nothing to steal that. I don't know if anybody has already done this, or maybe there's already a system in place. But when I look up in this night sky, by the way, I refer to the night sky as a bunch of fucking bullshit. In case you were wondering, like every time I'm walking around, I'm like, all this fucking bullshit. Like whenever I say fucking all this fucking bullshit, I'm referring to the sky, the night sky. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I got a little paranoid that, because in my last video I mentioned something about a derogatory term to call humans. And I said slowgrams. Slowgrams? Instead of, like a slow program, or instead of pro, you say, anyway. Then I got paranoid that, somebody had somehow already watched my video, and they were like, well, that might be offensive to, which implied that at some point there would be extraterrestrials living on the earth. And I thought, okay, because I don't really believe that that's going on. And if there are, they're not like, I don't know. Anyway, I think it's important to realize that effectively we have nothing. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything to protect the water. Like anybody with and I know this is kind of a simplistic way to look at it, but anybody with a decent spaceship, anybody with like a decent spaceship or teleportation technology could just steal all our water. And they might have the legal grounds to do so, depending on the way you look at things. So I would like to establish here, at no additional cost to me and in no like unpleasant way, I want there to be like something to protect the Earth's water, because right now it looks like, I mean, maybe this is a trap. Maybe that's the whole point. You just have the water out there, and whoever comes by and if they try to take it, maybe it's bait, and I'm just a fool. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if, like, one day I'm just like sitting down and the God of gods comes by, like, you're a fool, Josh. I would say, yeah, that sounds about right. And that's nothing, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm trying to be smarter, but anyway, on the off chance that I'm not a fool, I think we should start protecting the water now. And I don't necessarily believe in extraterrestrials, because personally I think the night sky is an illusion. That literally all those stars were created a long time ago, but essentially they don't exist. I think that's the trap. The whole idea is to get your attention up there, keep reaching up there, going that way, and once you're in it, it all becomes something else entirely. And they draw you out, and I don't know how long this is, thousands of years, millions of years, get people, all excited to go into outer space, get them ready, get them going, and then, get millions, billions, trillions of people living in outer space, and it's just one big giant mouth, one big giant stomach. And at some point, that stomach decides, okay, I'm gonna eat all you, and then they're all gone. And the only people who are left are whoever's on the earth. And then maybe they pull this same trick time and time again, and time again. And for some reason, people don't, Anyway, That's just a theory. But I think we should begin protective measures of the water. And I think that's something everyone can get around. I think everyone can be in agreement. We don't want beings who aren't from the earth stealing the water that we have here on the earth. If the water belongs to us. I don't know, maybe we're like the thieves, and in which case that would just be justice. I mean, if we stole all this water to begin with, then we'll get what's coming to us. But on the off chance that we're not all aliens, and that the water belongs to the earth, and is a community water for people on the earth, and not for strangers, if that is the case, then I think there needs to be some type of an advocate, a global water advocate, to make sure that these guys, you know, if there are such things as extraterrestrials, and if they have the capability of transporting water, they could do so without anybody knowing, is what I'm saying. Is like a ship could pass by in the middle of the night, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, who's going to stop them? And at first it wouldn't really matter, because they're just like little sips, right? You just take a little sip. Take a sip here, take a sip there, and then over like, 2,000, 5,000, or 100,000 years, all those sips add up. It's like, what? Our water supply is decreasing like very slowly. What happened? But we would never even know. Like if these ships were very quick. So I want to make sure that there's a guard against that water, and if it's necessary to get back the water, if water has already been being stolen, to get back the water that belongs to us, and in some safe way, safe way to get back the water that if water has been stolen from this planet, to get that water back as well, because water is like a kind of a unified substance, I think anyway. I'm just guessing, but I mean unified in the sense that all water is aware, or I mean all water is connected to all other water. The substance, the chemical substance water, H2O, 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen, like that is a unified, call it a compound, right? Molecular compound. Anyway, so I want us to get our water back, and I want the water that we do have to be protected severely. I mean, just very well protected by some measure or process that cannot be like, I don't know, it can't be interfered with or whatever. I mean, I don't know, like how do you protect water? I just want to make sure that like I said, if we have, okay, that's my issue, because if we stole this water, then it wouldn't belong to us anyway, and there's no need for protective measures. But if we didn't steal it, if this planet is where this water belongs, then I think this water should stay here. And if there are other beings who are like, oh, well, it's free water, we'll just take it, well, I think they got another thing coming. So I'm not saying weapons. I'm not saying guns, I'm not saying knives. I'm saying, for now, let's say messages that let them know where this water belongs, and what will happen if maybe they think it belongs somewhere else. So, I'm not saying there are, that I have evidence, because, I mean, people talk about UFOs and all that, and I don't think those are aliens. I think that's something else. To me, it seems like that's like an old program or something that just doesn't. It's like a recording or something that just comes up every now and then to remind us of something, so that we don't forget. I don't think there are people in there, but there is something in there to let us know. I think it's like an alarm clock or something. Just remember, guys. Just remember this, all right? Because there are a lot of things in the night sky, a lot of things in the sky saying, come here, come there. Why would you want to be on the Earth when you could go explore the galaxy? Anyway. And I don't want there to be any feeling of fear or judgment here as well. I'm not like saying, oh, you should, hate, these beings. Like, they may literally be like in desperate straits. They may be in situations, they may be just like us. And maybe they're like, you know, in some terrible situation, and they just, and I'm saying even that, I'm saying shut the door to all of them. You don't know who's with them. You don't know what their intent is. You could study someone for 100 years and still not know who they are. Yet everyone within this circle on the earth has to abide by certain rules and regulations. You're literally living on this earth. There's a structural component to your existence here, which demands that you do and be certain things. And there are certain things that you cannot be, literally, by being on this earth for a certain period of time. And so, I mean, even if these guys are like, oh, you know, we lost everything. Could we just have some water? It starts like that. I've been homeless for 8 years. Okay, I know what it looks like. I know what a con job is. So I just, you know, I think that process. I'm sure people have already. Obviously, there's plenty of science fiction that I haven't read or seen, and I'm sure this has been discussed plenty of times. But I want to make sure that I've contributed to the preservation of this water, and whatever water may have already been stolen, I want to begin the process of getting that water back and putting it in its right place here on Earth. Water from Earth should stay on Earth, is what I'm saying. Water from Earth should stay on Earth. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Or something else. You don't have to fuck yourself. I don't know, this might be, anyway, it seems like a good idea to me. Alright. I'm 33 years old, and I have the best grades on Earth.